All right, y'all, welcome back to Coming to our channel. Okay, so we're checking out some more of the kind of like faster paced, shorter military videos. Again, we can't really like react to these by themselves because it just wouldn't make for a long enough video because these are usually about 2 minutes. So about 2 minutes and less. These are usually like faster paced and it just kind of showcases a unit or kind of one aspect of that unit. So we have the Netherlands marsof. We have some Taiwanese police, which would be cool because we haven't checked out much from Taiwan. We have some Czech JTACs. And then we have the Finnish Navy. So these are all going to be pretty cool. And again, I've been sent a lot of these shorter videos, so it's kind of cool to be able to kind of like group them up and actually react to them because a lot of these have been on my list for a while. So should be cool. Let's check it out. You already know marsof is high speed.
Bericht genomen, onderweg.
Just like the Dutch DSI.
Niet zomaar opgeroepen. Wij worden ingezet bij grootschalige en complexe operaties, zowel landelijk als maritiem. Denk aan.
Yeah, so from what I kind of remember, you guys were saying that the DSI and marsof can kind of work together. I guess like the marsof will kind of work within the DSI, almost like as a military and police capacity. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, of course.
Een tramschutter in Utrecht, maar ook een evacuatie zoals in Kabul. Ik ben onherkenbaar in beeld voor onze eigen veiligheid.
Damn, they're in Kabul, yeah, that's right.
Naar ons als persoon of naar onze familie toe. Marsof is onderdeel van de Corps Mariniers en een van de 2 Special Force eenheden van Nederland. Uiteindelijk moet je vooral een teamplayer zijn. Zorgen dat je fysiek in orde bent, maar mentaal voor goede huizen komen.
Okay, hold on. These clips are just happening way too quick. Oh, I gotta say, the gray looks so cool. And their patches are just so badass. I mean, if you have a trident in your patch, like, you're gonna be badass. So, okay, we're seeing already a lot of the maritime stuff. Damn, that is a big freaking boat. Holy cow, that's sick. That is a clean looking ship too. What is that? It kind of looks like almost like an LPD, honestly. And then of course we have the cool shots. Yep, you got them hitting the shipping vessel. And then the shot of them in the water though, that was freaking sick.
Mentaal voor goede huizen komen. Je hebt je testweken en de opleiding om daadwerkelijk op het team te komen. Ja, dan blijven er weinig mensen over. En voelt het speciaal om binnen zo'n team te werken.
I mean, yeah, they must be pretty
Als jij als team ingezet wordt bij diverse meldingen in Nederland.
Is that like an EOD patch or what? What was that?
Grote operaties. Dan geeft dat natuurlijk een supergoed gevoel. Gevoel van trots. Dat wij instaan voor de veiligheid van de maatschappij. De uitdaging
dude, that's so cool.
Dynamiek. Geen dag is hetzelfde.
Dude, the underwater shots are so badass. They're like full kit.
En de volgende dag een gebouw instappen en een verdachte aan te houden. Vastropen is een middel om snel eenheden
Fastroping is so much fun.
Waar een helikopter bijvoorbeeld niet kan landen. Dit kan zijn bovenop een
these guys will freaking attack shipping vessels and stuff.
Je plaatst je voeten en je handen aan het touw. Misschien is dat wel het gevaarlijkste van het vastropen. Dat je ongezekerd aan het touw zit. Het feit dat wij op de
Yeah, I've seen a few people, I don't know, for whatever reason, they just think like, let me just grab the rope and then I can pretty much just like drop from there. I've seen some people who like fast rope maybe like halfway and then they'll just like let go. It's like, dude, that's still like a freaking 15-foot fall. Like that's gonna hurt, especially when you're in full kit. So with me, whenever I was fast roping, I would grab it and then I'd be death gripping it for a little bit just to make sure that I wasn't really going too fast. And I would usually just kind of stay there. So then you kind of have to ease up on the tension. It's a lot of fun, I gotta say.
De grond dagelijks bezig zijn voor jullie veiligheid. En dat jullie daar niks van meekrijgen, daar zit een enorme kracht. Letten jullie wel op? Want voor je het weet staan we beneden tijdens deze demo.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and they got some sick helicopters, naturally. All right, this is a great way to start this montage. Again, just, the gear is so freaking cool. But there's shots of them, like, underwater and, like, freaking kit, flashbanging dudes, doing the fast roping. Dude, very, very cool unit, I gotta say. I mean, man, what I would give to freaking train with these guys over in the Netherlands. Jeez. Okay, so next up is going to be some Taiwanese police. So again, we've kind of checked out Taiwan kind of preppers, as they called it, and some of the the citizens who are kind of preparing for war with China. But this is going to be about their police force. And I don't really know how Taiwan is when it comes to crime. I think generally, like Asian countries, usually have pretty low crime rates. So I wonder what this kind of special police force is going to be focusing on specifically. Okay, I gotta like, okay, yeah, doing squats, cool, man. Get your gains, but you gotta get, come on, you gotta get a little bit more. You gotta get a little more weight on there if you're trying to look cool. I mean, legs look pretty big, but I think in general, kind of squatting in kits, little goofy, in my opinion. I wouldn't tell them that; they'd probably beat me up. Ooh, is that an L96? Oh, dude, the Benelli. Nice. Okay, so let's see. What do we got? Oh, dude, what the heck? What's the barrel length on that thing? I'm not sure if he's just got like the... What is that? Is that like a 20-inch barrel? Holy cow. Okay, so they got some MP5s. Pretty nice setup. So far, the kit seems pretty legit. So what we kind of saw a little bit here. Dude looking like he's falling off the roof, but okay, and the ballistic shield, always nice to have that, especially on a police force. Okay. We have seen like kind of like the Black Hornets with like the stack, but that was like inside of an enclosure. It was kind of doing like a little bit of recon. This is a big ass drone to be doing like CQB with. I mean like inside for sure. I don't think they're going to be taking this thing inside, but okay. I mean, I guess it looks like a cool enough shot, you know? These guys, I'm not sure. So they drew and they kind of like turned it sideways. I wonder what that's about. That's kind of weird. I've never seen that. Oh my gosh. Okay, you immediately lose a lot of, maybe not credibility, but just cool guy points when you have that kind of balaclava or like neoprene face mask. That's a high fast rope though. Oh my gosh, and the brass catchers on their MP5s? Come on now. I just got a GoPro on this. Okay, so these guys definitely look kind of like a pretty high-speed counterterrorism force. That was a pretty advanced. Nice, dude. Pretty advanced looking training areas though. Oh, dude, the Benelli on the back, so cool. Okay, so I guess this was, what is this? I guess this was kind of like a recruitment style video, if you will. Huh. Okay, so I'm checking out the Benelli. Such a cool shotgun. Very, very cool shotgun. So, okay, so we got a good kind of idea of what these guys are doing. Again, they were kind of working in the plains, doing fast roping, work inside an enclosure, more of like the, I guess, like personal security kind of detail. Dude, that's a nice freaking MP5, I gotta say. All right, so some, you know, kind of cringy things, but I mean, for the most part, like tactics-wise and stuff, seems like they pretty much got their stuff together. I mean, even some nice kind of like static range shooting as well. Okay, so next is going to be some Czech JTACs, which again, this video is going to be very cinematic, so I will kind of caveat with that. It just looks very, very cool from what I've seen, so let's check this one out. Oh my gosh, get to the chopper. That's such a cool patch. JTACs, man. Everybody likes having a JTAC around. What helicopter is that? Is that like a Hind? What is that? Huh. Oh, nice. Dude, these guys look high speed. Okay, so not a Hind. At least these aren't. I don't think the other ones were any different, but. Dude, so cinematic. Dude, these guys are insanely high speed. Like, their camouflage looks pretty on point as well. Nice. Oh yeah, there it is. So it is. Those are definitely Heinz, right? Unless I'm tripping. Huh. Alright, so they're doing like a little, calling in a gun run here. Yeah, JTACs, man, they're freaking badass. Very kind of similar. Jeez, what is going on here? Damn, that thing was going kind of freaking high. I mean, I know they're like actually shooting, but they look like a freaking pyrotechnic or something. Jeez, what the heck? Yeah, JTACs are freaking awesome. Very kind of similar in a way to kind of like the forward observers here in the Army. As far as, you know, how handy it is to have them around to be able to kind of call in a bunch of different types of, you know, close air support or kind of artillery, etc. It is nice to have those guys nearby. You know, it's pretty easy to kind of train to do like a basic call for fire, but these guys would just spit it out so naturally. And again, they kind of know based on the targets and just, you know, the actual aircraft, they're pretty good at kind of determining what's the best kind of thing to really make sure this target's having a bad day. And not bothering you much longer. Just like that. I mean, it seems like a pretty cool job. Land, blow some stuff up. Or at least call some guys to blow some stuff up and then just bounce. And look very high speed while you're doing it. Of course, like the insertion and the whole recon aspect, kind of glorified in here. It's usually, you know, much more drawn out. It's much more physically exhausting and whatnot. But yeah, these guys are freaking, these guys are the real deal. I mean, you pretty much tell that. But yeah, I wasn't expecting those helicopters though, huh? Interesting. Okay, and this last one is going to be about the Finnish Navy, which we've checked out a couple times. But for the most part, I kind of want to check out more Finnish Navy stuff. Because, I mean, just like the ships for all those like Nordic countries and stuff always look like really, really cool. And they always have like some really interesting kind of different nuanced stuff as far as like laying mines and also kind of some of their amphibious vehicles look pretty cool. This is an older video. I think it's about like 8 years old. I think 2015, yeah, so.
Päällikkö sanoma. Alus on saanut ampumakäskyn. Ampumavalmius.
There's no translations, but kind of get an understanding of what's going on.
Päällikkö. Pintamaali Mike 1191, suuntimassa 183, etäisyys 39, 4 ohjusta valmisteltu.
I'm learning Finnish numbers just from these videos.
Suorita ohjusammunta. Kannet tyhjiksi. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tulta!
Hell yeah. Okay, so basically someone was around and they're about to find out. Yeah, just the camouflage on their ships is so cool. It seems like kind of a pain in the ass to maintain.
Meripuolustusharjoitus 2015.
And you know, our ships have haze gray because like generally speaking the sky is kind of hazy, especially when you're talking about the horizon aspect. So that made sense to me, but yeah, the whole camouflage aspect, I guess if you're working around like an archipelago and stuff, might make a little bit more sense to have kind of this camouflage since there's usually like land behind you. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys will have some more kind of experience or points to kind of mention on that one. Looks freaking dope though.
Meripuolustusharjoitus 2015. Oiksvenen Naantali harjoittelee toimintaa kansainvälisesti kiristyneessä tilanteessa, joka lopulta eskaloituu sotilaalliseksi konfliktiksi. Alus toimii osana...
What is that? He's just got like an aim point on this thing? I have no idea what he's doing. I can't even say it's like navigation. I mean, you won't need like a red dot sight to like navigate or something.
Sotilaalliseksi konfliktiksi. Alus toimii osana alustaisteluosastoa, jonka tehtävänä on Suomen alueellisen koskemattomuuden valvonta omalla toiminta-alueellaan.
It gives like a mill
Alueellista
direction.
koskemattomuutta turvataan tarvittaessa käyttämällä sotilaallisia voimakeinoja. Ja tämän lisäksi alus suojaa kauppameriliikennettä sekä omia joukkoja.
Random dude just firing
Aluksen
burst.
päätehtävänä on meritorjuntaohjuksilla toteutettava pintatorjunta. Tämän lisäksi aluksen tehtäviin kuuluu sukellusveneen torjunta sekä ilmatorjunta. Vastaavasti asejärjestelminä aluksen...
I wonder who makes a lot of their systems. I mean, I know like here in the US, you got like Northrop Grumman, you got Boeing, you have Lockheed Martin. I mean, they are getting the F-35s, and of course, those US companies definitely like money, so they might have some of these systems here in Finland as well.
Tehtäviin kuuluu sukellusveneen torjunta sekä ilmatorjunta. Vastaavasti asejärjestelminä aluksella on pääaseena meritorjuntaohjus. Sukellusveneen torjuntaan alus on varustettuna syvyysammusheittimillä sekä syvyyspommeilla. Ilmatorjuntaan aluksella on aseistuksena laivatykki sekä haramaaliheittimet. Normaaliolojen aikana, eli näin rauhan aikana, alus pitää korkeaa valmiutta. Ja tyypillisiä tehtäviä normaaliolojen aikana aluksella on merivalvonnan suorittaminen sekä tarvittaessa alus valmistautuu turvaamaan Suomen alueellista koskemattomuutta niin ilmaan, pintaan kuin veden alle.
Wait, was that dude inside? It looked like it has like a window. Is there actually somebody inside that? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Is that a gas mask? I mean, yeah, it looks like it's not connected to any like sort of air.
Tehtäviä normaaliolojen aikana alukselle on merivalvonnan suorittaminen sekä tarvittaessa alus valmistautuu turvaamaan Suomen alueellista koskemattomuutta niin ilmaan, pintaan kuin veden alle.
As far as I understand it, ours don't have any windows. It's pretty much just someone on a screen kind of like this, like the gunner's mates and whatever the other people that kind of control that stuff. Okay, so cool. Again, I would like a little bit more kind of in-depth as far as some of the ships that there are in the Finnish Navy kind of arsenal. But yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot. Again, just like the amphibious aspect alone is kind of enough to kind of keep my attention. Just very, very cool amphibious vehicles. And they seem to use them pretty well. Again, so definitely a lot of cool videos. Again, marsof, they always just look super high speed. They're always doing high speed stuff. And again, just like the gray kits always look super cool when you talk about like those Dutch military police forces. Yeah, Taiwanese police, okay. Some of the stuff was a little bit weird, but for the most part, they seem like they pretty much know what they're doing. So, and again, I wouldn't probably tell them this stuff to their face. Those JTACs, again, very high speed, very cinematic videos. I gotta say, some of these tech videos we've been seeing lately kind of go pretty hard. And then again, Finnish Navy always just looks super cool. So I have a lot of videos like this on my list that I'm still trying to kind of check out. Some of them are a little bit older, kind of like this Finnish Defense Forces, kind of like Navy one, pretty old. But again, I do want to check them out because a lot of them are really cool. Give us kind of some more insight into some stuff that we haven't kind of been exposed to on the channel yet. And that's kind of what the channel is all about. Again, just kind of bringing more kind of stuff into our view, I guess, our perspective, to kind of learn a little bit more about it. It's always super interesting to kind of see all these different things that we never really thought about, didn't really know existed before, but kind of having it, you know, on a platform like YouTube is pretty convenient, pretty cool. And also being able to kind of showcase it on the channel is also very convenient and very cool for me. But if you guys have anything to recommend, definitely throw it down below. Even if I don't do a reaction to it, I'm still more than willing to kind of check it out in my own time anyway. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That is it for this one. I'll see you on the next one.